Hello, everyone. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We are here for the first game of the 1967 World Series based on the results of my 1967 PC Replay baseball season, where the Boston Red Sox won the American League pennant. They had a record of 103 and 59, a 636 winning percentage. And the San Francisco Giants were 110 and 52, a 679 winning percentage. Well, how did that compare to what really happened? Well, the Red Sox did win the pennant in 1967, and their real record was 92 and 70. They outperformed their real season by 11 games in the American League, while the San Francisco Giants really did a number on what they did. They finished second in real life to the St. Louis Cardinals. I really wanted to play the St. Louis Cardinals in the World Series. However, in this case, we are going to face San Francisco because San Francisco outperformed their 91-71 real record by 19 games by winning 110. St. Louis also outperformed their regular season record of 101 and 60. They were 104 and 57, but it was just not quite enough to overcome that spectacular season that the San Francisco Giants had in my PC Replay baseball season. Okay, let's go to the lineup screens and play this game. The opening day pitchers for the 67 World Series will be Jim Lomborg and Gaylord Perry. And once again, let's hit the AI and see what San Francisco does. That's an unusual lineup. I'm going to go with it because that's what I do. I let the AI pick the lineups. For Boston, let's see what they do here. Well, I'm going to move a few things around here. Although, once again, this is an interesting lineup. You see Tony Conigliaro's in the lineup batting fourth here. Once again, Tony Conigliaro was injured on August 18th, 1967. He missed the rest of the 67 season, and he missed all of 1968. But in my universe, he did not get injured. He finished the season. He finished the season out with the Red Sox and is now in his one and only World Series. I'll go over his statistics. I think he was pretty significant in why the Red Sox outperformed their original record. Legends checking in. Hello, Legends. Hope everything's going well with you today. Okay, so I'm going to move a couple of people around here. I'm going to move Mike Andrews, Reggie Smith, Rico Petrocelli, and Russ Gibson. And the reason I'm doing it, because I know this lineup, and that's not what I want to play. Andrews will bat first and play second base. Reggie Smith will bat fifth and play center field. Russ Gibson's going to catch, and he's going to bat eighth. And that leaves me with Rico Petrocelli, who will bat seventh at shortstop. And our lineups are ready. Let's go down to the field. Oops, we're not going down to the field because I'm missing somebody. There we go. I got to hit that. Now we'll go down to the field.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we invite you to rise and please sing as John Kiley plays our national anthem.
Replay Radio is live from Boston. Top of the first.
And for those of you who don't know, John Kiley was the organist in Boston in 1967, and that deep-throated person that introduced him was called Sherm Feller. He was also the PA announcer for the Red Sox when I was growing up. They would have been there on August 4th, 1967. And as a matter of fact, they were there on August 4th, 1967, because that's the day the Red Sox faced the Cardinals in the opening day of the 67 World Series. Okay, let's go over the lineups. Here we go for the San Francisco Giants. Jesus Salou in left field batting first. Willie McCovey batting second at first base. Willie Mays batting third in center field. Jim Ray Hart at third base batting fourth. Ollie Downtown Brown batting fifth in right field. Dick Dietz short at catching batting sixth. Hal Lanier at shortstop batting seventh. Tito Fuentes at second base batting eighth. And the Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry on the mound and batting ninth. In the field for the Red Sox, as usual, they have Foy, Petrocelli, Andrews, and Scott in the infield. That is a really good fielding infield. Yastrzemski, Smith, Canigliaro in the outfield, also a good fielding outfield. Russ Gibson catching, and Jim Lomborg pitching. Jim Lomborg didn't have quite as good a season as he had in real life. As I look for his stats here, he was 25 years old in 1967. He won 20 games or 22 games for the Red Sox in real life. In the replay, he was 17-14 with a 2.87 ERA. He started 39 games, which was the most on the team by far. With 18 complete games, he did throw 300 innings and struck out 240 batters. As Jesus Salou steps in, Jim Lomborg is on the mound, gets his sign, and here's the first pitch of the 67 World Series. Well, it had to be the third pitch because he struck him out.
1 out, base is empty.
Willie McCovey due up. Let's take a look at what Willie McCovey did in 1967 in the replay. McCovey hit .275 with 35 home runs and 88 runs batted in. Lomborg looks in. Here's the pitch. And there's a line drive into right field, down into the corner. Canigliaro over, digs it out, but McCovey is going to end up standing up on second base as Tony C. throws the ball into Mike Andrews, and McCovey standing on second base with a double.
1 out, man on second.
Giants get their first hit of the World Series, and it's an important one as McCovey's in scoring position for Willie Mays. Willie Mays did not have a good year in the replay. He hit 259 for the season with only 19 home runs and 48 runs batted in. If you guys will bear with me before he bats, I'm going to look up what he did in real life. So just take me a second. I apologize. Got my iPad out here and I'm looking up his stats for 1967. Willie Mays, here we go. 1967, he hit .22 home runs. He looks like he was injured for part of the year. And his batting average was .263, so that isn't too far off. Okay, here we go. Enough of that. Lomborg checks on McCovey at second base, gets his sign, throws to Willie Mays. And he strikes him out. 2 down, runner on second.
2 outs, man on second.
Jim Ray Hart steps in. Jim Ray Hart was a good third baseman for this team. He had 29 home runs, 101 runs batted in. Lomborg's pitch. There's a looping drive in the left field. Yastrzemski puts it away for the out.
And no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
As you can see, the number 3 is less than the number 5, which means Yastrzemski made the catch. If Yastrzemski was rated a 1 or a 2 here on PC Replay Baseball, that would have been a base hit, and McCovey would have scored. At the end of 1/2 an inning, there's no score.
Bottom of the first.
Ken Castro checks in. Hi, Ken. Hope you're doing well. For the Red Sox, their lineup is Mike Andrews at second, batting first. Joe Foy at third, batting second. Carl Yastrzemski in left, batting third. Tony Canigliaro batting fourth. In right field, Reggie Smith batting fifth and center. George Scott at first, batting sixth. Petrocelli batting seventh at short. Russ Gibson catching, and he is batting eighth, while Jim Lomborg pitching and batting ninth. In the infield, we have Hart, Lanier, Fuentes, and McCovey around the infield. As you can see, Lanier and Fuentes are excellent fielding up the middle. Alou, Mays, and Brown, a great fielding outfield. Dietz catching. Gaylord Perry pitching. Gaylord Perry for the season in the replay, he was 28 years old, and he won 28 games in the replay, losing 10 with a 2.00 ERA. He started 37 games. He had 28 complete games and pitched 324 innings. Quite a season for Gaylord Perry in my universe. Mike Andrews stepping in. Mike Andrews in the replay season, it was his rookie year. He was 23 years old, batted .242, 8 home runs, 36 runs batted in. Perry gets the sign, and here's the pitch. Ground ball to short, up with it, over to McCovey, and 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Al, Red Sox fan, checks in. Hope you're doing well, Al. Everything's fine here. Joe Foy stepping in. Joe Foy for the Red Sox in the PC replay season batted .249. He had 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. That was not quite as well as he did in real life. Perry gets his sign, throws, and we have a second roll. He's going to start the World Series pretty well. This is Fenway Park. It is a hitter's park. You won't see too many outs on the ballpark cards. Here's the roll. And we're going to have a third roll. It's either going to be a home run or a single. It's a home run, anything between a 2 and a 6. There it goes. Deep to left field. It's out of here. Home run. Joe Foy puts the Red Sox ahead. 1-0 here in the 1967 World Series in the first inning.
1 out, bases empty.
That leads me to my first trivia question of the day. I'll give you the answer at the end of the inning. When they built Fenway Park in 1912, the left field wall was thought of to be impossible to hit over. And once again, in the dead ball era, it was impossible. No one hit a home run in the dead ball era. There's a hint I'm going to give you. Who was the player that hit the first home run in Fenway Park over the left field wall, and what year did he do it in? Carl Yastrzemski stepping in. Carl Yastrzemski had a dream year in my PC replay baseball season. 71 home runs, 172 runs batted in, batted .313. In real life, he had a hell of a year. He won the Triple Crown in 67 with 44 home runs, 126 runs batted in. I believe he batted .326. Not quite the 71 and 172 he did in the replay. And that was the only outlier we've had on either one of these two teams. But he did it, and here's Perry's pitch. Ground ball to second. Fuentes up with it, over to first. Yastrzemski's out.
2 outs, bases empty.
Tony C stepping in. Tony C did not get injured in my season. In real life, August 18th, Hamilton hit him in the head with a pitch. I was there. I still hear the sound in my head when I think about it. Anyway, Canigliaro didn't play for the rest of the 67 season or the 68 season. However, he does play in mine, and he finished the year. He had 20 home runs in real life. He finished the year with the Red Sox. In my 67 season, he had 35 home runs. He batted .290 in real life. In this game, he batted .261, but he did have 102 runs batted in. Ken Harrelson is not on this team, and I believe Tony C is one of the reasons why the Red Sox outperformed by 11 games during the replay. Gaylord Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Base hit into center field. Tony C rounds first, holds up. Willie Mays throws it in.
2 outs, men on first.
Tony C on first. Reggie Smith on my 1967 replay was a 22-year-old rookie. He had a great rookie season, 17 home runs, 76 runs batted in, a .263 average. I believe that is very similar to the numbers he had in real life. We'll check them later in the game. Canigliaro takes the lead. Gaylord Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch. And there's going to be a looping drip ball to center field. We're going to have the ballpark effect again. And I don't see this too often, but there is an out if you roll a 1. That's because Willie Mays is a great fielder with a 5, but let's see what happens. It's a base hit. Reggie Smith singles into center field. Mays picks it up. Canigliaro rounds second, goes into third without a throw, and the Red Sox are in business with runners on first and third.
2 outs, men on first and third.
The boomer, George Scott, stepping to the plate. George Scott in my replay hit .309 for the season, 23 home runs, 82 runs batted in, very similar to his real-life stats. Perry checks both runners, gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Scott. And there's a line drive into center field. Mays cannot get it. It's bouncing around in the triangle. Willie Mays picks the ball up. Both runners are going to score. George Scott's coming into third. Here's the throw. He is safe
2
with
outs,
a triple.
men on third.
Unbelievable. And the Red Sox take a 3-0 lead here in the first inning of the 1967 World Series. George Scott on third. Gaylord Perry, who won 28 games in the regular season for these San Francisco Giants, is off to a rough start as Rico Petrocelli steps in. In the 67 replay, he hit 24 home runs, knocked in 87 runs, batted .289. Once again, very similar to his real-life stats. Perry glances over at Scott. Dietz gives him the sign. Here's the pitch. And he's going to walk him. Because the AI knows
2 outs, men on first and third.
this Russ Gibson is a terrible hitter. .205, no home runs, 8 runs batted in. Runners on first and third. Russ Gibson's in there for his defense, not his offense. Perry checks the runners, throws to Gibson. Deep fly ball to left field. Alou backs up.
3
He's
runs,
at the warning
4
track.
hits, and 2 left on.
And he puts it away at the end of 1 inning. Red Sox lead 3-0.
Top of the second.
Sometimes the AI voice gets me before I'm done. Here we go to the top of the second inning. Lomborg to face Brown, Dietz, and Hal Lanier. Brown in this replay season batted .284 with 27 home runs, 71 runs batted in. Lonborg allowed a double to McCovey in the first inning. That was it. He gets his sign from Gibson. Here's the pitch. Base hit in the left field for Brown. Brown rounds first, backs up, does not go to second. Yastrzemski picks it up and throws it in.
No outs, men on first.
Leadoff runner on for the San Francisco Giants. Dick Dietz in real life, not in real life, excuse me, in my PC replay season, he hit .213 here to 7 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Lonborg checks Brown at first. He is an average runner. Here's the pitch. Ball has hit to shortstop. Not hard enough to get Brown on the force play. He's out at first.
1 out, men on second.
Brown goes to second. He's in scoring position with only 1 out as Hal Lanier stepping in. Lanier also a .213 hitter in my replay season. No home runs, 29 runs batted in. Lonborg checks Brown at second, gets the sign and throws. The fly ball to center field. Reggie Smith moves over. He puts it away.
2 outs, men on second.
2 down. Runner in scoring position in the form of Brown. Tito Fuentes stepping in. Fuentes batted .204 in my replay season. 7 home runs, 40 runs batted in. Jim Lonborg checks on Brown and throws.
Ball 4.
And he walks him.
2 outs, men on first and second.
He wasn't going to pitch to him other than very carefully with Gaylord Perry, the pitcher, due up next. Perry steps in. Lonborg checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Petrocelli up with it over to first. And that's
No
it.
runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on.
At the end of 1.5, Red Sox lead 3-0.
Bottom of the second.
Jim Lonborg up for the Red Sox, followed by the top of the order, Andrews and Foy. Lonborg steps in. He is an below average hitter. Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Line drive to short. Lanier jumps, puts it away for the out.
1 out, base is empty.
As we go to the top of the order, Mike Andrews steps in. He grounded to short his first time up. Andrews batted .242 during the season. Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Andrews walks.
One out, men on first.
And as Joe Foy steps to the plate, Joe Foy, his first time up, hit a home run to put the Red Sox ahead, 1-0. Joe Foy hit .249 in the replay season. Perry checks Andrews. Here's the pitch. It's a comebacker right to the mound. Throws to second for 1. If this is, well, let's just see what it is. It's under the 2, and Foy is safe at first.
2 outs, men on first.
Yastrzemski stepping up to the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Yastrzemski grounded to second his first time up. Once again, Yastrzemski had quite the season in PC replay baseball. He hit 71 home runs with 172 runs batted in. Would have been something if that really did happen. Perry checks Foy at first. He's a good runner. Here's the pitch to Yaz. Ground ball to third. Hart's got it over to McCovey.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
Perry gets out of the second without any damage at the end of 2. 3-0 Red Sox.
Top of the third.
As we go to the top of the third inning, we also go to the top of the Giants lineup. Excuse me, just had to take a sip of water here. Alou batted .306 in my PC replay season. 3 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Struck out his first time up. Here's Lomborg's pitch. That is going to be a looping drive to center field. We're going to see what happens here with the next roll. And you saw Willie Mays had a 5, so a 1 would have been an out. This is a base hit no matter what we roll. Base hit to center field. Felipe Alou is on first.
No outs, men on first.
Leading runner on for the Giants. Willie McCovey steps in. He doubled his first time up. McCovey had a good year for the PC Replay Giants, batting .275 with 35 home runs, 88 runs batted in. Infield playing at double play depth. Lomborg gets his sign. McCovey goes down swinging.
1 out, men on first.
Alou still on first base as Willie Mays stepping in. Mays once again hit .259 in the replay, which is similar to what he did in real life. 19 home runs, 48 RBIs, also similar to what he did in real life, as 67 was an off year for the Hall of Famer Willie Mays. Mays steps in, struck out his first time up. Felipe Alou takes his lead. Jim Lomborg throws. And he hits a deep fly ball to right field. Tony C. backing up and puts it away.
2 outs, men on first.
In any other year, that 64 roll for Willie Mays would have been a home run. But now we have 2 outs. Alou still on first base. Jim Ray Hart stepping in. He flied to left his first time up. Lomborg checks Alou at first. Here's the pitch. And there's that famous 36 roll, which is
No
always
runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
a leaping catch to the shortstop when the batter and pitcher are from the same side. At the end of 2.5, 3-0 Red Sox.
Bottom of the third.
SDG Replays is checked in. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get this game over before the playoffs in real life start and everybody can watch baseball. Here we go in the bottom of the third. Canigliaro, Smith, and Scott do up. Tony C. singled his first time up. Here's Perry's pitch. Base hit into center field. And the lead runner is on. You know, I forgot to give you the answer at the end of the first inning to my trivia question. For those of you who checked in late, or for those of you who've forgotten the question, question was, when Fenway Park was built, hitting a home run over the left field fence was considered impossible. Who was the first opposing player to do it? Well, it didn't happen in the dead ball era. The Red Sox opened Fenway Park in 1912. Believe it or not, the first person to hit a home run was not till 22 years later. It was 1934, and it was Babe Ruth. That's the answer to that trivia question. Sorry I made you wait so long. Canigliaro on first base.
No outs, men on first.
Reggie Smith is up. He singled his first time up. Canigliaro is going to attempt to steal in the automatic steal portion of the PC replay game. He's either going to hold or he's going to have a stolen base. The number is 36. Anything over 36, he'll be on second. He will hold. He did not get a jump.
No outs, men on first.
Perry looks in at Smith. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to center field. Willie Mays backing up. Puts it away for the out.
1 out, men on first.
Tony C. still at first. 1 away. George Scott, who tripled his first time up, knocked in 2 runs to make it 3-0. Perry checks on Tony C. Throws to Scott. 2 away.
2 outs, men on first.
Like the Giants, the Red Sox got the lead runner on, but he remains at first base with 2 away. Rico Petrocelli stepping in. He was intentionally walked in the first inning to get to Gibson. Here's the pitch. There it is. At the end of
No
3
runs,
innings,
1 hit, and 1 left on.
the Red Sox lead 3-0.
Top of the 4th.
As we go to the top of the 4th, Brown, Dietz, and Lanier due up. Brown singled his first time up. Lomborg gets the sign from Gibson. Here's the pitch. Ballpark effect. Let's see what the roll is. In this case, 1 and 2, he's out. Everything else is a base hit. Base hit. And Brown is going to be on first base as Giants get
No
the
outs, men
lead
on
runner
first.
on for the second inning in a row. Dick Dietz due up, grounded to short his first time up. Brown takes his lead. Lomborg glances over. Red Sox at double play depth. Here's the pitch.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Dietz walks, and now the Giants are in good shape as they have the first 2 runners reaching base.
No outs, men on first and second.
Runners on first and second. Hal Lanier stepping in. Red Sox playing halfway for the double play. Lanier did a .213 hitter during the regular season. Flied to center field his first time up. Lomborg gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit to Petrocelli at third, over to second for 1, back to first, a double play, and the pitcher's best friend.
2 outs, men on third.
Brown goes to third, but suddenly there's 2 away with Fuentes due up. Fuentes, a .204 hitter in real life, walked his first time up. That's not in real life. In the PC replay season, I meant to say. Brown takes a short lead from third. Lomborg gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Andrews to Scott.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
The end of 3.5. Red Sox still lead 3-0.
Bottom of the 4th.
Bob Gibson for the Cardinals and Jose Santiago battled in Game 1 of the World Series in real life on October 4th, 1967. That battle was won by Bob Gibson as the Red Sox lost. In this game, they're ahead 3-0 at the end of 3.5. We have Gibson, Lomborg in the top of the order due up. Gibson flied to left his first time up. Here's Perry's pitch.
Strike 3, you're out.
1 up, 1 down.
1 out, base is empty.
Jim Lomborg steps to the plate to face Perry. Here's the pitch.
Strike 3, you're out.
2 up, 2 down as Perry, since the first inning, is settled down.
2 outs, base is empty.
Mike Andrews grounded his short and walked his 2 times up today, facing Gaylord Perry, a 28-game winner in the PC Replay 1967 season. Perry gets his sign from Dietz. Short fly ball on the left field. Alou comes in, puts it away.
And just like that, the inning's over.
3 up, 3 down as we move to the top of the 5th. Red Sox lead 3-0.
Top of the 5th.
Here in the top of the 5th, Gaylord Perry leads off, followed by the top of the order, Alou and McCovey. Jim Lomborg looks in, gets the sign. Here's Lomborg's pitch, and I don't know why they keep asking me that, but there it is. It's a base hit into center field for Gaylord Perry, and the Giants have the first runner on here in the top of the 5th inning. Okay, here's the second trivia question. Hopefully, I'll be able to give you the answer and remember at the end of the inning. Which Hall of Fame San Francisco Giants player missed 266 games after being drafted by the U.S. Army to serve during the Korean War? Answer at the end of this half inning.
No outs, men on first.
Perry on first, Jesus Alou stepping in, singled his last time up, struck out to lead off the game. Lomborg checks Perry at first. He is a slow runner, only takes a couple of steps off the bag. The pitch to Alou. Ball hit to second. Over to short for one, back
That's
to
their
first.
second double play turn today.
As the Red Sox help out Lomborg by getting a double play.
2 outs, bases empty.
All of a sudden, there's nobody on and 2 outs as Willie McCovey steps up. He's doubled and struck out. Lomborg gets the sign. And McCovey goes down swinging.
No runs, 1 hit, and none left on.
Midway through the game, Red Sox lead 3-0.
Bottom of the 5th.
Okay, here's the answer. The answer is Willie Mays. I believe Willie Mays hit 660 home runs in real life. If he didn't miss those 266 games during the Korean War, my guess is he would have easily hit 700 home runs. And everyone talks about Ted Williams missing 5 seasons. He would have hit 700. Willie Mays would have hit 700 home runs had he played those 266 games. At the bottom of the 5th inning, we move. Joe Foy, Carr, Yastrzemski, Conigliaro due up. Foy led off the game in the bottom of the second inning, the bottom of the first inning, the second batter up with a home run to put the Red Sox ahead. He then grounded into a fielder's choice, pitcher to shortstop. Here's Perry's pitch. And Perry has really settled down.
1 out, bases empty.
Carr Yastrzemski stepping in, grounded to second, grounded to third. Perry pitches. There it is. Base hit, center field, and Carr Yastrzemski gets his first hit of the 67 World Series.
1 out, men on first.
Runner on first base is Carr Yastrzemski. An above average runner, Tony C, stepping in. He's singled both times up here for the Red Sox. Giants in double play depth. Here's Perry's pitch. Deep fly ball to left field. Alou is backing up in front of the wall. He puts it away for the out, and Yastrzemski has to hold at first.
2 outs, men on first.
2 outs. Yastrzemski still on first. Reddy Smith up. Singled and flied to center field is 2 times up. Smith batting from the left side. He's a switch hitter against Gaylord Perry. Perry checks on Yastrzemski and throws. And that ball's grounded to second base. Fuentes to first.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
At the end of 5, it's still Red Sox 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. San Francisco, no runs, 5 hits, and no errors.
Top of the 6th.
Here we go in the top of the 6th inning. Mays, Hart, and Brown due up. Willie Mays struck out, fly to right field. Lomborg pitched 5 innings today, and he has only allowed those 5 hits, no runs. Excuse me. Here's the pitch to Mays. And we have our first rare play of the day. Roll number 2. There's a dribbler in front of the mound. We're going to have a roll number 3. We need a 5 or 6 to beat the speedy Willie Mays. And there he is. He's out. 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
The dice rolls are going for the Red Sox today with 2 double plays and that one right there, where the odds were not in their favor, but they got the good roll anyway. Jim Ray Hart fly to left, lined out to short. Lomborg throws.
Ball 4. Take your base.
And Jim Ray Hart will be on first base with 1 away.
1 out, men on first.
We have our base action roll for the first time today. Lomborg, as you can see, has a great chance of throwing a wild pitch. Well, it's a pass ball. It's going to be tough because it's much better than a wild pitch. We lucked out because Gibson with a 6, there'll be no pass ball. Which means, of course, Russ Gibson did not have a pass ball in 1967.
1 out, man on first.
If you didn't do it in real life in PC Replay Baseball, you can't do it in the game. Ollie Brown's up. Single twice today. Hard on first. Red Sox in double play depth. Lomborg gets the sign and throws. There's a ground ball right back to the mound. He's going to throw to second. He's going to throw to first. And Hart is going to go to second base. He's going to be outfielder's choice. Pitcher to first base.
2 outs, man on second.
I was a little slow there. I wasn't sure, but we got it. Hard on second base. 2 away. He's in scoring position for Dietz. Dietz has grounded to short. He's walked. His 2 times up. Lomborg gets the sign. Here's the pitch. There's going to be a looping fly ball to center field. There's going to be a good chance. No.
No
He
runs,
is out.
no hits, and 1 left on.
If that was a 5 or 6, it was a base hit, but Reggie Smith put it away. And at the end of 5.5, the Red Sox still lead 3-0. What I've said about this game and why I like it so much is that it's a cards and dice game being played on the computer. So that was an out to center field. As you can see, it made a difference who was playing center field. If that center fielder had a 1 or a 2 defensive rating, that would have been a base hit. That would have been the second time today that would have happened, and the Giants would have 2 runs, but instead they have none.
Bottom of the 6th.
As we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Red Sox will have the bottom part of their order up. Scott, Petrocelli, and Gibson. Scott and Petrocelli are 2 good players to have at the bottom of the lineup. This Red Sox has 67 Red Sox have a very long lineup. George Scott tripled, knocked in 2 runs. He struck out, batted .309 in the PC Replay 67 season. Here's Perry's pitch. And he walks George Scott. The lead runner is on for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
No outs, man on first.
Time for another trivia question. Where are we here? Okay, I'll have one here for you in a second. I want to get a World Series related question. Oh, that one's too easy. In 1920, Elmer Smith had the first World Series. Grand Slam, perfect game, or rally cap? There's the question. Elmer Smith in 1920 did something for the first time in a World Series. Perry facing Petrocelli. Scott at first. Here's the pitch. The infamous line drive to shortstop, the 36 roll, 2 away.
1 out, man on first.
1 away. Gaylord Perry looking in at Russ Gibson. Russ Gibson fly to left field. He struck out. Scott at first. Here's the pitch. Gonna be a ground ball to second base. We're gonna have an error roll on Fuentes. Fuentes, a great fielding second baseman. You're gonna need a roll of 52 or above for an error. 42, it will not be an error. He's gonna get the force play. Gibson ends up at first.
2 outs, man on first.
Al, Red Sox fan, has the answer. It was a Grand Slam home run. Of course, Al knows his stuff. There's no question about that as Jim Lomborg steps in. Gaylord Perry really has settled down, and this has been a pitcher's duel between Perry and Yastrzemski since the first inning. Lomborg steps in. Gibson at first. Here's the pitch. And there it is. 36.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on.
At the end of 6, there's still the Red Sox lead 3-0 with all these 36s being rolled. If I should have stacked the Red Sox lineup with left-handed batters, I'd be getting base hits instead of outs.
Top of the 7th.
As we move to the top of the 7th, we move to the bottom of the Giants order, Lanier, Fuentes, and Gaylord Perry. Lanier has flied to center and grounded into a double play. This could be Lomborg's last inning. We don't know. He's tiring slightly, but we'll see how the roll goes when he gets down to 0. He's got 4 more batters before we have to roll. Lanier hits a deep fly ball to right field. Just Conigliaro backing up just in front of the warning track, and he puts it away.
1 out, bases empty.
Tito Fuentes, who's walked and grounded to second, stepping in, batting left against the right-handed Lomborg. If we roll a 36 here, it will be a base hit. 2 up, 2 down for the Giants as we
2
roll
outs, bases empty.
a 16. As Gaylord Perry steps up to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the 7th. Let's see if they're going to pinch hit. Nope, they're sending them to the bat. There it is. And at the top of the 7th,
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3.
the Red Sox have put the Giants away in order, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th.
Okay, I have an interesting trivia question about this. Take me out to the ball game. I've got to find it here. If you guys will bear with me for 1 second. In fact, when I looked at it today, I was pretty surprised. I can't find it right now, so I don't want to hold you up. We'll ask the simple question here. Which major league team has the most players in the Hall of Fame? And I'm going to give you a hint. 2 teams are tied. Mike Andrews, Joe Foy, Kari Yastrzemski due up against Gaylord Perry. Andrews grounded to short, walked fly to left. Here's the pitch. Guess what? A 36 is 1 down.
1 out, bases empty.
Joe Foy stepping in. He homered to start off the scoring in the bottom of the 1st, and he grounded to the pitcher in a fielder's choice and struck out his last time up. Here's Gaylord's pitch. Ball hit to third. Jim Rayhart up with it. Throws to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
2 outs, bases empty.
Gaylord Perry is now going to face Kari Yastrzemski, who has grounded to second, grounded to third. He's singled. Here is Perry's pitch. There it goes. Deep to right field. It is out of here. A home run for Kari Yastrzemski. And Yastrzemski, who has hit 71 home runs during the season, homers in Game 1 of the World Series, his first home run this World Series.
2 outs, bases empty.
Well, you knew that was going to happen. We haven't hit the bottom of the inning yet, but I'm going to give you the answer to the trivia question. And one of the teams is on the field today. It's the New York Yankees and the San Francisco Giants. Tony C. steps in, singled twice, flied to left. Red Sox now lead 4-0. Here's Perry's pitch. We got a second roll. It's either going to be a single or back-to-back home runs. We got one more roll to find out. If it's a 6, it's back-to-back home runs. Base hit to right field. Tony C. singles for the third time today. He reaches first base, rounds the bag, comes back, stands on the bag. We are going to have a roll to see if Gaylord Perry is going to get extended life here. And it says, as the check 5 is higher than the complete game ranking of 1, he gets to face 10 more batters.
2 outs, men on first.
That's how he pitched 28 complete games in the PC Replay Baseball regular season. Reggie Smith batting from the left-hand side due up. A 36, which I've been rolling all day, would be a base hit. Here's Perry's pitch. Struck him out. And that's the inning.
1 run, 2 hits, and 1 left on.
At the end of 7, Red Sox 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. San Francisco, no runs, 5 hits, no errors.
Top of the 8th.
As we move to the top of the 8th inning, the Giants have the top of their order up. Alou, McCovey, and Mays. Lomborg number here is 1 for batters faced. So after Alou, or the next batter, there will be a roll to see if he's going to get some extended life here in the 8th inning. Lomborg pitches to Alou. Short fly ball to left. Yaz moves in, puts it away. Here's the roll. 1 is not higher than a complete game of 1. He did not get a boost.
1 out, bases empty.
Now, I don't really know the rule, but he's got 7. He probably would have had higher had he got the boost. I'm going to have to look that up, and I will report that to you the next game. That's one of those things that happen in the game. Al, if you're still on, Al, Red Sox fan, plays this game more than I do, so he probably knows the rule. I'll look it up, but he does have 7 more batters to face. Willie McCovey due up. Struck out twice today. He doubled his first time up. 1 out, nobody on. Here's Lomborg's pitch. And he's struck out for the 3rd time in a row.
2 outs, bases empty.
2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Willie Mays due up. He has struck out, flied to right, grounded to the pitcher. Here's Lomborg's pitch. And it's a short fly ball again to left field. Yaz puts it away.
An easy inning to score. 1, 2, 3.
At the end of 7.5, Red Sox lead 4-0.
Bottom of the 8th.
As we move to the bottom of the 8th inning at Fenway Park, if this was 40 years later, they'd be singing Sweet Caroline. But since Neil Diamond probably hasn't written the song yet, they're not going to sing it today. Here in the inning, bottom of the 8th, Scott, Petrocelli, Gibson due up. Scott batting .500 for the World Series, tripled, knocked in 2 runs, struck out and walked. He's 1 for 2. Here's Gaylord Perry's pitch. Ground ball to third, hard up with it, over to McCovey.
1 out, bases empty.
Petrocelli was intentionally walked, struck out, and had a 36. Here's Perry's pitch. We got a second roll. That second roll is going to be a single at Fenway Park because it's a great hitter's park. Base hit. Willie Mays takes it on the hop, throws it in. Petrocelli on first.
1 out, men on first.
Petrocelli on first. Russ Gibson due up. Russ Gibson's going to be pinch hit for. In comes the Red Sox best pinch hitter in the 1967, Dalton Jones, who's going to hit from the left side, which ensures if this is a 36, it will be a base hit. The Giants play halfway for the double play. Petrocelli takes his lead. Perry gets the sign. Here's the pitch to the pinch hitter, Jones. And there's a line drive in the right center field. Ball gets down. It's going to roll to the bullpen wall. Mays is going to pick it up. He's going to throw it in. Petrocelli is rounding third. He's going to score. And every now and then I do the right thing as a manager and put up a pinch hitter who knocked in the fifth run of the game.
1 out, men on second.
Rico Petrocelli scores from first on Dalton Jones' pinch hit double. Jim Lomborg stepping in with 1 out here in the inning. In real life, on October 1st, 1967, I saw Jim Lomborg get a base hit and knock in a run in person in the real game against the Twins. Perry checks Jones. Here's the pitch. He's not going to hit now. He's going to go to third. Ray Hart is up with it, throws to first. 2 away.
2 outs, men on second.
Mike Andrews stepping in. Jones still in scoring position. He is a good runner, will certainly score on any base hit. Andrews grounded to short, walk fly to left, and I rolled a 36 for his line out to shortstop. Here's the pitch. Line drive to center field. Willie Mays hardly has to move,
1
puts
run,
it away.
2 hits, and 1 left on.
The Red Sox score a run here in the bottom of the 8th on Dalton Jones' RBI double, and they lead going to the top of the 9th, 5-0.
Top of the 9th.
We're going to need a catcher, and Elston Howard will sub in. He will be catching the 9th inning for Jim Lomborg. Jim, Ray Hart, Brown, and Dietz due up for the Giants here in the top of the 9th as Lomborg tries to complete this game without relief help. Hart has flied to left, line to short. Everybody's done that today. And he has walked. Here's Jim Lomborg's pitch. He will walk a second time, and the leadoff runner is on for the Giants.
No outs, men on first.
For the second time today, we have a base action roll. Lomborg lucked out, and we had a check for a pass ball with Gibson, who is a 6 rating. He did not get a pass ball. Here's the roll. This one's another pass ball, but we've taken out Gibson. Howard not quite as good. Anything above a 3 is a pass ball. It's a 5, and Hart will go to second.
No outs, men on second.
Right there, you see the beauty of this game. You can see that players individually, defensively, really make a difference. Ollie Brown stepping in, who singled twice, grounded to the pitcher. Runner on second. Red Sox lead 5-0. Lomborg throws. 1 down here in the top of the 9th.
1 out, men on second.
Red Sox 2 outs away from sealing their first victory in Game 1 of the PC Replay World Series. Dietz stepping in, grounded to short, walk fly to center. Lomborg checks hard at second. Here's the pitch.
Ball 4, take your base.
Lomborg seems to be losing a little bit as he walks Dietz.
1 out, men on first and second.
Runners on first and second. Jim, in fact, may not finish this game. Hal Lanier stepping in. Fly to center, grounded into a double play. Fly to right. Red Sox at double play depth. Lomborg gets the sign from Howard. Here's the pitch. Ball hit to second, over to short for one, back to first, and that's the
And they
end
turn
of the
their
game.
third double play of the game. Boston wins the game easily.
The Red Sox win.
Goodbye, everybody.
Red Sox win the first game of the 1967 PC Replay Baseball World Series 5-0. The Red Sox, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Giants, no runs, 5 hits, and no errors as Jim Lonborg shuts out the San Francisco Giants. Lonborg 1-0, of course. Gaylord Perry takes the loss. Lonborg is the MVP of the game. As we check the box score, not much to see except the 2 hits Brown got for the Giants. For the Red Sox, Tony C. went 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Yastrzemski 2 for 4. As we scroll down, Joe Foy and Yastrzemski hit home runs. The pitching lines are what this game was all about. Perry, 8 innings pitched. He pitched a complete game, 10 innings, 5 runs, all allowed, all earned. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 home runs allowed. 5.63 is the ERA for the game. While Jim Lonborg struck out 8, walked 5, allowed 5 hits in 9 innings. As we approach the top of the hour, let's close this out. The next game will be tomorrow. I'm going to play that offline. I'm not going to play it online. If you want to know what happens, please check my Facebook page. I will be posting the score of that game. Saturday is game 3 from San Francisco, and that game most likely will be here on YouTube. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Thank you to Al, Red Sox fan. Al is my inspiration and why I am broadcasting today. I just love listening to his games. Ken Castro, thank you. Legends, thank you for stopping by. And that's it from Fenway Park in Boston. Once again, the Red Sox win Game 1 of the World Series 5-0. Have a great day, everybody.